Did you see the new Joe Rogan with David Goggins?
No.
I hadn't. Have you seen him? I've never seen him before.
I saw one clip of it.
Is he the crazy hat guy? The AI guy?
No. He's a super marathon runner, and he used to be a Navy SEAL.
Oh yeah. He's like black and
yeah. I thought he was great. He was. I know he's been on before, but I never saw him before.
Yeah,
I watched.
Did you see the new one?
I saw most of the new one. I saw the old one too. Yeah, I like the guy. Although it's like, I'm like, you're just like a little bit crazy too, though. You know what I mean? It's like he's saying some shit. It's like, all right, it's like I gotta go to work. I can't just be like doing 1,000 pull-ups, you know, just to like challenge my mind.
Pull-ups
or whatever. Crazy.
What did he recommend?
He doesn't like recommend it.
He doesn't recommend it. He just says what he did.
He just that's kind of like the good thing about it. And he says like he doesn't study any like regimes or anything like that. Regiments.
Regimes, he's not into it.
Like he just does like whatever just to like challenge his mind and stuff. All this crazy bullshit. And he talks about like the SEAL like stuff and all that. But yeah, he just talks about what he does, and he'll be like, what was the one he did? There was like I guess the world record for pull-ups, and then he started like doing the math to see like how many he would need per hour basically to like beat that record. And he actually did it, right?
Yeah,
he beat the record. So it's like he's not saying do like 1,000,000 pull-ups, but then he'll be like, I'll go home and he'll stretch for like 2 hours and shit like that. And all of a sudden it's like, damn, bro, I can't like just, all right, here's my 2 hours stretch time of the day. It's like, what the fuck, bro? I can't even stretch 10 minutes.
Yeah, but he's not suggesting that, and that is just also amazing that he does that, you know. But yeah, he's not saying that you should do that necessarily. He's just saying that he's telling kind of his life story.
Yeah.
And then I loved his like his idea of how to overcome things. And I think like, although he is kind of crazy, I think ultimately he is right, you know, about like the idea. Like the power of of your mind, you know. He was kind of like they were going deep into the power of the mind.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting. How, like, he was saying one thing, for example, that, you know, when you're like, I want to give up, like in your exercise as you're running and you're really tired, or like give up in life in general. There's like a power your mind has that you can like tap into, like hidden inspirations. Kind of like you can think about when like you almost gave up some other time and then you didn't, and you like made it, you know, or you got the job, or like you had sex with the girl, you know, and then you think like, and then that will like be brought to like your mind again, and then like that'll make you finish the run, you know. Gears of the mind, I guess, or like aspects of the mind that you can tap into, and like how to, and how, yeah, like just like his dedication to things. And like I think another thing that I'm kind of like, I guess, adding my own idea a little bit, but the issue is not that there's like an answer to your problems or your like existential questions and stuff. The issue that like that's like, it's not you're gonna find the answer by exercising a lot or being healthy. It's that when you're like on that grind and you keep like bettering yourself in that way, those questions, it won't make you feel bad that you can't answer that. Like that won't be relevant really, you know. Like it won't matter that that's true. You'll be focused on like you just feel good because you're doing all the right things, you know.
Something seems like a distraction.
Kind of, but like it's like
he talks about repetition though a lot.
Yeah, but does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think like I like that a lot.
My dad Joe used to tell me like about the power of the mind, stuff like that. He always used to tell me that too.
There's no way we're fully using our minds efficiently, you know, like you always fuck up or like something like that, you know, or like you waste your time thinking about like the wrong things or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Like
there's so much like to sharpen. So I think like I'm washing the dishes and I think like I was like just being more aware after listening to that podcast, and then I felt like, wow, I'm thinking like a lot of like tense things in my head, you know, that's all so unnecessary, you know. But you can't have the strength to do that if you're unhealthy, you know, and that's the part of why I don't want to like do stuff during the week, because like it makes it harder for me to be okay with like life, you know.
Yeah,
life seems like worse. Because my mind can think on like the higher level of like accepting things more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree with you, but I feel like the reasoning you gave wouldn't be my reasoning.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is like the case for everybody.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with like it makes it harder to be righteous, I'll say.
What do you mean righteous?
Like standing up like So for me, it's like righteousness is like in the moment of your weakness, like using strength to like overcome and do the right thing. That's righteousness in my, like the way I'm talking about it.
Oh, I see.
So it's like there's so many little opportunities where it's like there's a high road and a low road. But because we feel weak, we take the low road. Like we don't rise to the occasion. We don't take on, because like the high road, it's like you have to suffer a little more to do that. You have to sacrifice yourself a little bit to achieve it. And it's like, it's always like better in the long run, but it hurts in the short run to do. But I think about all the like moments in my day where it's like I divert to like the easy path, you know. And I think all that diverting is like damaging things. It's like I'm taking hit points when I do that, you know. And so I do like what this guy is saying, as like leaning on that and believing in it.
Yeah,
because this is the thing. It's like concepts of the mind are very real things, you know. It's just like I guess one of the hard things about concepts is that there's infinitely many, you know. But like when you like focus on like a mental pattern, it is like a sort of physically solid thing that you can lean on and like gain leverage with. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like steady ground almost. You have that to rely on.
Yeah.
It's a thing,
like a tether.
And it's like you have to do it like every day, like really, or like you might be able to rest here and there, but you have to be really on point, like so often for your mind to be that powerful, you know. Like that require, like you can, like you learn that, and then you just don't do anything, and you'll still think that, like you won't think it anymore, you know. Like it's crazy. It's like
So maybe we need to also incorporate meditations that are designed to strengthen the mind.
Maybe like I like this that we're getting into more specific meditations.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I wanted to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good.
Yeah,
we could find like other meditators too. You know, I'm sure there's other
world tour.
Huh?
A world tour of meditation. Do like one of each kind every time.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. That's like that cooking show.
It can't hurt. Even if it kind of sucks, we can just talk shit about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I like it. Or maybe what we could do is like, since like a lot of what he talks about is like fitness based, it's like, is there anything we could do with like our workout program that's like, I don't know, that can also function as like a meditative practice?
2 hours of stretching. Do yoga is stupid, but
what? My fitness is more meditative.
And just do a repetitive kind of thing.
For what?
Like a long term, because he talked about repetition a lot. So maybe find like one exercise that's like repeatable, you know.
Yeah, but that guy is crazy. But like, I think his philosophy is true. Like, you're not gonna be able to do what he does, but like, you'll be able to do the best that you can do and the best that I can do. You know.
Right. And he's not the only person that's ever talked about this concept. You know, it's like like Shaolin monks. Like this is like the basis of their training and how they achieve what they achieve.
Yeah, like you'll be really good at whatever it ends up that you're really good at. You know.
Yeah. Or also where you kind of. No, you're right though, because like the whole point would be like, thinking about Shaolin monks. It's like, all right, you've both seen Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's locked in the box, right? And she has that flashback where she learns to punch like 3 inches in front of her, right?
Oh, yeah.
And do that like very close. And it's like...
That was a fucked up movie.
In a way, yeah, that's a kind of really impractical thing, right? Because it's like... You know, how often is that going to really be the case when you're fighting? Why waste so much time on this?
Right.
But that's not it. It's mental training. It's like... You have like... such a small like amount of life to work with, but it's like it's about like taking the smallest thing within you and achieving like the greatest possible feat, and like meditating on that as like you learn to bring like power into a world where there isn't any, which is the 6 inches between you and this piece of wood you have to shatter.
Say the last part again.
So it's like you're trapped in a little world, you know, like this, and it's like you're very weak in that world.
Right.
You have an incredible disadvantage. So it's like, how do you overcome the incredible disadvantage and triumph anyway?
You have to beat it slowly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Until you can have enough strength to break it. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know the answer, but I feel like the bride gets it because she learned to do it, so she did it.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, I don't know how she did it.
And that's why, like, that's like that sustained effort thing too, you know? Yeah.
The bride is such a cool fucking character because she's like a female archetype, but like a true badass female archetype.
Who again?
The bride
Uma Thurman.
in Kill Bill.
Okay. I'm like, what?
Beatrix Kiddo. She's really cool, man. It's like, that's why it's such a great movie, I think, because it's like an epic story.
I don't like the second one as much, though the first one was much more interesting.
Mm.
What did you think? Or do you not remember already?
I've liked it best when I've just like watched it kind of straight through.
The first one?
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean watch the first one and the second one?
Yeah.
That's how I watched it, I think, the first time. Anyway.
No, I think I saw the first one in theaters and then I had to wait.
That's a lot of movie watching time, though. I think it'll be like 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like watching 2 movies at a time.
Yeah.
Or I have one after the other.
But anyway, I think
Go ahead, sorry, I have something else.
in general, though, just like thinking about it as one long movie instead of like
interesting.
2 movies.
Did he intend it to be that way eventually, or
I don't know.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I
That
think he
guy's
wanted to
crazy.
release everything
Quentin
at once.
Tarantino,
Yeah.
he is fucking crazy.
he has some crazy movies?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
But I feel like some things are too long. Like if you expect me to see a movie that's 4 hours long, you've missed something crucial. Unless you don't care, like you're trying to go to very specific people, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like generally, I don't like really long things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't care how good you are. Like I'm not interested after like an hour and a half.
I'm exhausted.
And I don't think it's a sign of short attention span. I think it's just like objectively wrong to do something like that for so long. It's just not what humans like
Right.
inherently.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't know.
What about watching TV shows like straight?
Unless-
Do you ever do that?
Yeah,
Like,
that I
stuff?
can do a lot more. But like even more than like 3 episodes.
But there's like a
before-
break, I guess you have. You just break off a piece whenever you want, start back up. Later.
Yeah.
The
So
movie's like
you have to
just
like
pause the movie.
yeah, you shouldn't pause. Yeah, you don't pause a movie usually, you know. So I feel like I don't know. Maybe there's exceptions. Maybe some people are like it, you know. But I feel like
For the most part, I agree. Even like when it's like 2.5 hours, I'm like,
yeah. Even 2 hours is pushing it.
yeah. I like good hour and a half. So, you know.
Yeah,
that's,
145 with credits. Okay. Because like Stacy, like she plays like in musicals sometimes, and like they're way too long, and I'm like I don't like musicals, and like I appreciate how advanced it is, how cool it is in a way, right? But like I don't like that kind of music. I don't like
musicals,
it.
you talking?
Yeah, like
the-
Broadway stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's whack. Yeah, for the most part, I've seen 2 good musicals. Then.
I'm sure
In
like,
general, it
and
sucks.
sometimes like the music is cool, but like to me it would be more interesting to just hear the music, and I don't want to hear like bullshit cartoony singing, you know?
Right.
Here
comes the magic. Here comes the magic. Some bullshit like that.
Exactly.
It's like, what? It's like, why are you singing this?
Yeah, but generally I don't like it. But like I think the music is really cool sometimes, you know. But like I don't like the singing or the acting really. But it's all really well done, you know.
Right.
But
why?
yeah, but honestly, honestly I don't like it. Although I appreciate the music, I don't like it, and it's way too long. So like I'm like, she had one of those shows today, and I'm like, honestly, like I want to support you, and I'll go if you need that, but I don't want to go to that because I kind of said like the length concerns me.
Is it 1.5 hour like?
It was 2 hours and a half. I'm like, that's crazy.
Right.
With intermission.
Yeah, but still way too long.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's really long.
Intermission is just keeping you longer anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Play through.
I can't like I 1 hour and for like a live show. 1 hour and a half is like the most I could tolerate. Probably maybe 2 hours if it's somebody like extraordinary, yeah. But 2 hours and a half and like no. But she eventually she's like, oh, it's okay, you know. She was like okay with me feeling that way, so it worked out. Or if she lied, I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna run with it. But do you feel that way? Like, do you generally enjoy 4-hour movies?
No,
How about Broadway plays?
but
Do you like Broadway plays?
I like some of the music from those.
Yeah, some of that music is really cool.
And
Yeah, but do you ever listen to it again?
No.
Or you just like it in the moment? It's like, that's cool.
there's like that one song, like Age of Aquarius. Isn't that from?
That's a movie?
I thought that was
sounds
from
like a musical.
Broadway musical.
Probably is.
And there's a couple of other like really like good
Mamma
tunes.
Mia.
Riff tracks, We should make a song of like splice together just like a bunch of jingles and make a song out of like all those little clips.
But yeah, there is a. What was I gonna say? Never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say something that back in the day, like in older cinema, like they used to make long ass fucking movies.
Mm. Did you ever see Charlie Chaplin movies?
I haven't. I've seen clips of them.
Have you?
Never seen
Yeah,
them.
it's just like a clip, like the Hitler clip and a few other ones and stuff.
I
And like
saw,
random shit from like back in the day.
Yeah.
But that's like fuzzy. Yeah.
in one of my college classes that I hated, like we watched a Charlie Chaplin movie, and I thought like it was really funny, and it was like in black and white from the 30s or something or 40s, but it was too repetitive. It was like the same gag over and over and over and over and over, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
They
But
didn't
some,
know their limits yet.
but some of it was like genuinely really funny.
I think people were different too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was reading, I think I've given it to one of you guys, Amusing Yourself to Death. I gave it to you to read at
Oh
one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
And he talks about how back, like, when Lincoln was debating Douglas or whoever the guy was, that was his opponent, they would debate for like 12 hours or some crazy, ridiculous amount of time. Or maybe not 12, but like 8. And
That's crazy.
like long, and he said that they were packed events, that people from all over came and would do that, and there was a break so you could go home and eat dinner and come back and like see the rest of it,
Wow.
and fucking people would go to those things.
So like an all day thing.
Yeah,
I mean, they have nothing else to do.
but I think I think he would argue that it has everything to do with TV, but I do think like lifestyle in general, it's like we do live like in a super like hyper fast paced culture, and I'm not being critical of it. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
SOC gas.
Are you getting water?
No, I'm getting my pants to get chilly.
That's right, we do the podcast pantsless.
Are you guys doing some sort of Secret Santa crap at work or holiday party stuff?
I'm doing that. Yeah, I am actually. I'm doing that at work and in real life.
Are you doing that at work, Ian?
No.
But is there one?
If there is, I don't know about it.
I'm doing one at work, and normally I hate that, but this time I like it.
Who'd you get?
Because I got somebody that I like.
Who?
I got
Sexually?
She's the only person who has always been 100% good to me. Like, she's never even been, like, slightly rude to me. And everything I ask her, she does it, like, really fast for me. And I don't know if she's like that with everyone, but I assume she is. She's just, like, really a great employee. And I'm like, I would like to buy you a gift. Everybody else, gargle my balls. No kidding. Most of them are good for the most part,
Yeah.
But she's, like, has yet to falter.
She's impeccable. That's good.
Okay, once she didn't get help as much as she probably could have, but 99% of the time.
What are you gonna get her?
Well, it was a Secret Santa, but people put either like surprise me or things they actually wanted on the list.
Oh, okay.
So she said she wanted like earbuds or like 2 different liquors.
That's a little choosy.
That's just like buying shit for yourself, though.
I know, yeah. This is the absurdity of it.
It's like, here, come on, let's make it good so we all
I
get what we want.
I guess that kind of works because it's an office. Maybe you don't know anybody too well, so it's
Yeah.
like if you have a good idea, you can go through with it. But if you can't think of anything, it's like, all right, just gonna have fun with something.
Yeah, I put surprise
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
That's only a $25 limit, you know.
Oh, that's what we have too.
Yeah.
So it's good to keep the limit because people will come out like swinging dicks sometimes.
Now, if like we refer somebody to get an online service, just now they'll give you $50, and like before they like you didn't have to do that, but like I would do it just so people would stop, so could just do it online instead of annoying me for me to do it for them, you know.
Mm.
Like I try to get rid of people like as quickly as possible. I, like put
That's
them on.
smart. You're doing the company a service. They probably saw that and was like, we gotta get everyone to do this.
And then, but then, like, so in the meeting, they told us, like, oh, there's going to be a referral program now. You know, you don't actually have to do it, but if you do it, you'll get, before she said how much, she's like, how much do you guys think you should get for that? You know, and everybody was quiet, and I'm like, 300.
And what did she say to that?
He's like, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. And I really enjoyed it, but like nobody really laughed. But I it was like
I think that makes it funny.
yeah, and then like, but I was still like in control, you know.
You are not afraid of boardrooms at all, man.
But I was still in control, and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, I was trying to help the team, you know, and then. And then like she's like, it's actually gonna be 50, and then we kind of just started being serious again. But that was fun. But yeah, I love like that moment, you know, of like
it's a good number too because it's a little absurd, but it's not like
Patently
you know,
absurd.
it's not like it's almost like maybe it could happen.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
I felt like that was a good strategic move. You had plenty of like bargaining room, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, you built in a nice cushion for yourself for the negotiation process.
Sometimes my boss talks to me and like she wants an answer to something, and they're like, if I like in anything else, like if I like nervously respond and she'll get nervous and it seems like, oh crap, there's like something really wrong, you know. But then if I basically half lie and like pretend I'm more in control than I actually am,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like massage the truth to my advantage, and I just look like this was a challenge, but now I'm doing this, and like by the end of the day we'll be fine. Like if I say that, then she's like, it's all like a calm thing, and that's like kind of the end of the conversation. It's just like how bizarre that is, you know.
Mm.
Like you try to manipulate every single one of those, like that you can. You
Yes. Going down the line.
know? I think that's like, I don't know. That's interesting. I think that's interesting, right?
I think it goes
It's
back.
interesting.
I think it goes back to that. What's his name? David Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a similar principle
Mm-hmm.
where it's like oftentimes like I would call that like spirit. So it's like your spirit can be like pointed towards like the overcoming spirit or like the downgoing spirit, you know? And it's like that's your spirit, which like how it flows to one side or the other, like through like the choices of life, I guess.
And oddly, say the last part again. Your spirit, what?
Your spirit is like the direction you are taking, whether it be like towards a positive outcome or towards a negative outcome. Not meaning that you're always going to get a positive outcome, but you're always like striving for the positive outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You refuse to be what I refer as like wretched. So it's like when I feel wretched, it's like I sense like how much of life I'm throwing away, but like I'm being kind of spiteful to life. Like I'm not like doing it because I feel cheated or something. So it's like, I'm not going to rise up because you don't deserve like my my passion or my soul.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's also like bad to like say too much at work, you know, like reveal your cards or like you know,
Yeah.
or like if you're annoyed at something, like it's bad to express it maybe. But like sometimes I think like fuck that, like just I feel like just say it, who cares, you know, like it shouldn't hurt me that much. But then I think like it probably does hurt me. But as I get more comfortable at my job, I feel more compelled to like talk shit, you know. Like I still do a great job, but like I might like push it a little more with like the people that I talk to internally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just gather more intel too. You
Yeah.
know, you don't know what kind of repercussions like dropping certain bombs could have.
Yeah. But I'm not doing anything crazy. But I'm
Mhm.
like, you know, just like maybe joking a little bit more, you know. Nothing
Mhm.
crazy, you know. I'm not like sending dick pics. But then I think like I think you know like be careful what you say, you know. But then I'm like, part of me is like let's play around here, you know. But
Yeah. You only live once.
it's hard to balance that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of that's a ridiculous problem to have.
I think it would be achieved because you don't have like a. I mean, it's a serious workplace, but there's no like if everyone does it right, there's no negative consequences.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the job itself doesn't suffer based on that, you know.
Yeah, because when you interact with like a customer that's like over the phone or not directly.
Yeah, I don't do that to the customers usually. Like, or I'll do like sometimes I address people like I'll do like really minor things like if a lot of people are copied on something and want to reply to a lot of people, I'll be like I'll address everybody as ladies and gentlemen. I'm like ladies and gentlemen. And then I'll write my response. And I think it's just kind of like ridiculous to say ladies and gentlemen.
That's ridiculous. I've never even waited to know that either.
And that's like a little thing that's fun for me, and it makes me think. I wonder what people think when they read that.
Yeah.
And like that makes me laugh, like that whole little process.
I definitely get some weird emails with like somebody will reply, and I have no idea like who this person is other than the email contacts and stuff. And they'll just put like some weird ass greeting or like goodbye, like some yippee yippee yo, or like some this ain't email appropriate, or like some emoticons, and I'm like, it's like we're doing business here. It's like throwing some emoticons. It's like get that like smiley face tongue out of here. What the fuck is this shit?
How's your job going, Jeff?
I think it's going fine. It's
Is it slow right now?
yeah. So I'm just like
Redditing?
yeah, posting. I'm like watching soccer whenever it's like.
They don't care if you watch soccer?
I mean, nobody sees me, and like I definitely don't keep it up when somebody passes behind me. You know, I probably shouldn't. I don't want to set a bad example, but I feel like I could be watching. I have nothing else to do with the fuck. It's like,
You guys are in cubes, right?
no, we have like
You have a little office?
yeah, it's basic. We have like these big L-shaped desks. So
Okay.
I got like a big L shape, and then there's a lady next to me who has like an L shape.
Oh, so there is no walls?
No, there's no walls.
Oh, wow.
But that's better.
Really?
Honestly. We tore that. Yeah, because it's like we have to communicate with each other for like all moving parts to work. So it's like we want to ask like direct questions. Like we're right there. It's like you just.
Oh, you have to
show
talk
them
like a lot?
Yeah, it's like we'll always talk about orders in the room because then everyone hears it and everyone's like knows what's going on.
Oh, okay.
More or less, it's like communication is super important, or else it's like nothing will. Like there's going to be a hiccup somewhere if nobody talks. You know?
Yeah, I know. You know what I noticed that also like at work, like sometimes I see somebody will like ask something to a lot of people, and it's like an important part of like a bigger thing that's happening, and nobody will say anything, and I'm like, this is something that's gonna get missed because everybody's ignoring it because they're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. And when you do that, especially via email, if you CC everyone, that just means like it's like if you CC two people, now there's like a 50% chance one of them will respond. You know what I mean? And you keep adding people, the number gets more and more diluted, you know? It's like, so there's if you had 10 people, you have like a 10% chance like somebody will respond, basically.
Yeah, and sometimes like I'll be the one who like jumps in, and I'm like, this was this person's job. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know? But I'm like, like this is just gonna annoy me more. I'll just save it, and then like if you do it again, I guess like I'll complain about you or something, or I'll be like, what the hell are you doing or something. But I hate those moments where like it's almost like I can sense like somebody
The future error coming.
Yeah, somebody is gonna do the wrong thing at one point, or it's probably gonna happen, or I see somebody asking like the question that clearly means they don't know what they're talking about, you know, or something like, how could you be asking that, you know? But then sometimes I'll be the guy who like doesn't know what he's talking about, so like I'll be that guy. So it's like, so as long as like you mostly do good, you know, things get confusing sometimes. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, oh, okay. I feel like extreme tension makes me better, but it's like I have to get better at like just not adding more pain to it when it happens, you know? It's like just be extremely tense, but as healthy as possible. But not for like that long, you know, like if you have to be. How's your job, Ian? Not good.
Yeah, it's just fine actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah,
Really?
past couple weeks just been. I was having like flashbacks to working at AVG though, like talking about all this shit. Like that job was bad. Not bad, but like very challenging like that.
Is that what's making your current job look good now when you're looking back on the?
Oh yeah, I mean, and now it's like all the kids are like everyone's in line pretty much.
They are?
Yeah,
That's good.
You finally got to them.
and I guess I did.
Thank you, Mr. Costello. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Oh shit! But speaking of which, I gotta write letters of recommendation and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, but everybody's happy. But it's all right, you know. No.
You doing any Christmas shit for the kids?
Probably wouldn't be allowed to.
How do you feel now about
Oh wow. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be allowed to give him a present?
Wait, aren't they off Christmas?
yeah,
No, but you can do it
but
before.
we can't celebrate like a holiday.
You can't?
No,
There's no more Christmas stuff?
no.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because we can't.
Because it's non-inclusive?
Yeah.
Jews. What else is there? Christmas, Jews.
And then we have a lot of Muslims.
Oh
in
yeah,
our school.
true. What do Muslims do for Christmas?
They don't have a Christmas. They have what?
What's their equivalent this time of year?
I don't know.
Do they have one? Cause you could always do.
I think it's Ramadan.
Just bring the common thing for most people, and if somebody wants to bring another weird treat. And
I mean, I think you can do shit like that, but I don't decorate my class, and I'm not going to bring stuff in for them.
I was like, make them do ornaments, you know.
Maybe. But then I think I don't know if I'd be allowed to do that. I'm not even going to bother with it. Like
Yeah, no Christmas shit this year. Do winter themed.
winter, that might be good.
How are you feeling about the holidays? Do you still hate it?
Yeah, it's been more streamlined, I guess. But then it's like it's kind of worse then for that because it's like it feels very shallow. I wish it felt like something more, but I'm not in pain right now.
To start.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about this. It's just like a lot of my pain has been like alleviated, and it's just like I'm worried like a lot about being comfortable. If being like overly comfortable with certain things is like bad.
You feel comfortable?
Yeah, like very comfortable. It's like nobody gives me any problems. Just everything goes along. Idling like do. It's like, should I be more ambitious? Should I be trying to like?
Should you walk a higher road?
Yeah, instead of just going like do through life.
Yeah, you need some do periods. You know what I mean?
Is your home life good
Nothing
now?
wrong with it.
It's been so good?
It's like, I think it's not as good,
Okay.
but it's not bad either.
Did it descend?
We've been watching a lot of TV,
Okay.
so I think there's actually been like a bit more detachment because, like, we're spending more time together,
But you're not
but
actually
we're not
engaging.
like connecting when we're together.
That's what I hate about people. They're like draining in that way. Like you have to like, like it's easy to deal with you guys, but everybody else is like more tense to deal
Yeah.
with.
And I still argue too that like I love you guys like, you know, more than the world, and like we only hang out like so often, you know, and it's like if I had to hang out with you guys like all the time, I'm sure I'd start to find shit I don't like about you, and I'm sure
Yeah.
you'd start to find shit you don't like about me.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that we have like limited time is almost like a luxury
It
because we always, I feel like whenever we get together, it's like it's always a special occasion, you know.
Yeah.
That's true. Keep the magic alive.
Yeah, instead of like seeing
Keep that
like,
veil on.
in a way, you know, like, but I think in that way, that's also why we can go deeper too, you know,
Mhm.
because we have like a bit of distance, like our worlds, like outside of the small area where they overlap are like independent, you know, we don't even like have like the same social circles or anything in our lives that are connected except when we meet up, you know.
Yeah. It's interesting in that way.
I feel like it covers more ground that way. You know what I mean?
We're like, spread out.
It's funny
Gather
because
intelligence.
I feel like the closer you let people in, like the more the more risk you run for them to dragging you into like emotional insanity. You know, because like
there's definitely that risk for
like
sure.
yeah, it's just like, but that's like the best parts are in like being really close to people. I think, you know, not that you have to do that all the time, but
It's like, do you have that much time? You know, sometimes.
yeah, it's a lot to like do. Yeah,
Sometimes I feel like I have too many friends. Sometimes.
yeah, I definitely don't have that problem. Should we go eat?
Yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah. Can you finish your beer?
Yeah.
Your brewski?